Here with Kim Krueger. She is the author of Traegonia. She's going to tell us a little about it.
Well, Traegonia is where Traegans live, and these are Traegans. They're mystical creatures of the forest. Sorry. They're mystical creatures of the forest, and this is exactly the size that they are, which is why we don't see very much of them. They look a little scary to some, but they're really kind and gentle creatures, which is a message in the books, that sometimes we have to look beyond outward appearances and get to know somebody. The two on the top are Karya and Juna. They're young Traegans, and in the first book they meet a human boy in the forest, and it's about their friendship, their adventures, and why they were meant to come together now. The first book takes place in Illinois, so I bring in other creatures that are protected and endangered in the area where I'm writing. And the second book, The Ember Rune, takes our three main characters to California, where they meet a couple of young girls in a whole new community of Traegans. We have 2 books in the series currently. We're working on our third book, and our third book will bring Traegans to New York City. So we'll have an opportunity to see how they have adapted to city life. And I was out yesterday, and yes, they are in Central Park, and yes, they are in Times Square. So you just have to look around and believe.
So how'd you come up with the whole idea of Traegans?
A neighbor of mine who is a toy maker by trade created a couple of sculptures just for himself. And my husband saw them and called me over, and we stood over the fence in the backyard and we talked about how cool it would be and who they were and where they were from. And I just started writing the books. And I wrote the first one. It took me about 10 years because she was 8 at the time, and now I have 3 daughters, and I've moved 3 times and life gets in the way. But what we try to tell our friends and our fans is, you know what, follow your dreams, because you never know where they could take you.
That's an amazing story.
You can find out more and purchase the books at worldoftraegonia.com.